Hello everyone, it is me, Jay from Zora's Creation. I have returned. It's been quite some time since I last made a video essay or did any updates on my African American folklore series. And the first thing I want to say is thank you to everyone who continues to subscribe over the past few years, continues to make comments, continues to share the videos, continues to have conversations in the comment section. I have seen everything that everyone has been doing, the involvement and the thanks and the outpouring of support for everything I've done on this channel, which started as a hobby. And I just really want to say thank you, all of you. I had to take a break from the just the world of being in front of a camera in general. Being in front of a camera is not something that comes naturally to me. And the last time that I had made a video, which was around Halloween 2021, I was going through a lot of personal stuff, and I'm not going to get into all of the many internecine details, but I will say that real life was calling in a very big way for a very long time, and it diverted my attention towards other things, and this channel was really like the last thing on the list. But I still was thinking very deeply about where I wanted the channel to go, how I could possibly use this to create some sort of a secondary career for myself. Because for those of you who don't know, saying hello to any new viewers or subscribers that I have, I am a classical musician from New York City with family heritage in the Deep South, and I'm an opera singer and a librettist, that being that I write lyrics for new operas and new classical art songs. So that is my primary bread and butter. It is singing. And this aspect of myself, content creation, started out as, more of just a place of self-expression. I had no thoughts, no plans, no marketing ideas about how to present myself. I just wanted to make videos for fun and make videos for educational purposes and to share things with people that I found to be important. And one of the primary things that I share on this channel is African American folklore. And the video essay series that I started, I believe, I think my first video was in 2018, really took off in a really big way. And, I'm still a very small YouTube channel. I don't have like thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, but for the 1,400 of you who have subscribed and continue to engage, I want to take this time to say thank you. Yes, and that is part one, and I'm going to take a sip of water. So, over the past 2 years, I've been going through a lot of personal life changes, and I decided to make a comeback to this medium because I was really hungry for more artistic engagement with people outside of things that I usually do. So while I've been away, I have been hard at work. I've not been idle. I've not been lazy. I've been hard at work. And I am really, 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 really pleased to announce that I have finished the book. Yes. Yeah, this is it. It's coming pretty soon. This is the rough copy that I ordered. And I just got a rush of excitement, so I'm going to take a moment, take a breather, and start at the beginning of where this all started. But yes, first of all, let's just gush about, I have a finished book. Yes. It is called Black American Magic, A Feast of Food and Folklore. So, I have been hard at work compiling all of my written essays from this channel into a literary format, amongst other things. So, the last time I made a video about any writing projects I completed, As most of you know who are not new to this channel, I completed a fantasy novel in the middle of the COVID-19 lockdown. That novel went on the back burner. My editing plan for that novel kind of slid to the wayside as I started to focus on other projects, especially as society started to reopen and I was finally getting work again. It took my attention away from that project. And more on that project later. But what I did do was I took very seriously a lot of the comments that I got on my other social media channels, particularly through Facebook and Twitter, about me writing a cookbook. Because as most people probably don't know, I am a home cook. I'm very passionate about food. And I really strengthened my cooking skills over the past few years. And throwing Sunday dinner parties has been a real joy of mine for the past few years. And in the spirit of that, I listened to what a lot of my friends were saying about dishes I would prepare, and they were, it was very evident that me writing a cookbook was something that I should consider doing. So I want to say in the latter part of 2020, I took that very seriously. I started to compile recipes, things that I had created, things that were riffs off of my family recipes, recipes from my father, my grandmother, recipes my mother left behind. And I had like a pretty sizable collection of about 20 different recipes. And the initial plan was that I would release these recipes in ebook format. And upon releasing them in ebook format, just, sort of just share cooking with people. That was the main goal. Nothing else beyond that. But, I have Jupiter in Leo. So I'm all about expansion. And only the astro girlies understand what that means. Anyway, I'm all about expansion. So in putting together that digital cookbook, I said to myself, I have other things to say and other things to share. What are those things? And what started out as an ebook cookbook turned into a cooking memoir / fantasy short story collection. And out of this experiment, really, oh my God, excuse me, out of this experiment, really, rather, I completed this work in March of this year. My friend graciously has been doing edits with me, and I felt that it was time to release it. And it took some time to get myself off the ground and think about how do I want this to be released, because my ebook cookbook was just going to be, of course, it's an ebook, it's a cook, you can self-publish a cookbook. But I will say that I've had for a very long time, I've been writing for well over 20 years now. And in the process of developing my craft and my skill as a writer, being traditionally published is something that I've always really coveted. And I realized that I have started and stopped many artistic projects because I didn't feel that they were good enough for a traditionally published market. And that does a disservice to my art, does a disservice to myself, because whether a traditional publisher thinks your book is worth the risk, your story, whatever that story is, has the right to be shared and deserves to be told and transform those it's meant to touch. So with that in mind, I said, well, this idea of a cooking memoir / fantasy short story collection / collection of essays about African American folklore is not really something that sounded very lucrative for a traditionally published market. I thought it straddled too many genre divisions, and a relatively unknown author who is, surprise, surprise, an opera singer, a completely unrelated field, a relatively unknown author putting forward a memoir of this scope and this scale did not seem realistic for a traditional market. So I said, I'm going to independently publish this. And I've spent months learning about, really, I've spent years learning about the independent publishing market, the ins and outs of it, and kind of dilly-dallying back and forth about whether or not I wanted to even go down this route. And I finally decided to do it. And upon deciding to do it, it was actually the best decision I ever made for myself. It gave me a renewed sense of, of vigor, of creative inspiration. It boosted my confidence way, way up, because so many people had expressed excitement, genuine excitement about me finishing this work. And upon finishing it, I realized that I have really taken my career into my own hands in a very big way, because this is only the beginning. I do want to be, I am well, let's backtrack. Let's choose the right words. I am planning, see, it's already in motion. I am planning to enter the world writing with a hybrid career as the goal. So I'll have things that are independently published, and with work and waiting, I will have things that are traditionally published. This book happens to be one of those things that I want to be independently published because it is so, so personal.